What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Slo-Rip MTB. So today we're going to be unboxing, setup, and installation of this pull-in hitch bike rack system. It's basically a bike rack system. I was looking for a bike rack so I can attach to my tow hitch on my truck where I don't have to be lifting the bike in and out of the bed of the truck, because my truck is lifted and it's super high, and after this e-bike is kind of heavy. So to avoid having to lift it up so high, I wanted to just get a bike hitch so I can tow my wife and my bike without having to lift it up into the back of the truck. So I did extensive research, and this rack had everything I was looking for. It has the durability, it has the weight capacity that I need, especially for heavier e-bikes. It looks like it's easy to install, so we're gonna put it together and we're gonna go ahead and install it. That is today's episode. Let's get it. All right, so first things first, let's go ahead and cut this bad boy open. And the box was destroyed too. This is how I got it. Amazon delivered it like this. It was tore open, so I'm hoping I'm not missing any parts in it, honestly. So let's go ahead and tear this open and see. All right, here's it. This is pretty cool. This wire, and the wire is covered too. I'm gonna go through all this stuff right here that came out the box. This is one part for the bike. All right. So this says this is a left. This is a left rack. Put that right here. I said that was a left. It's a box of stuff. We're gonna cut that open right now. This is another left. These are obviously the little stands that the wheels are gonna sit in. They said it's a left as well. Two left parts. Security hook. This doesn't have any markings on it. One security hook, another security hook to secure the bike down. What else we got? I'm assuming this will be the right. Yep. Right side. Put this over here. This is gonna be the second right side. This over here. Box that keeps on giving. This is probably the tow hitch right here, the part that goes into the tow hitch. Super heavy duty. The material so far, solid, seemed like solid steel. I like that it has a little reflector right there as well. So that's pretty cool. Put this right here. Another little box, probably screws. There's no markings on these. This should be the folded arm. Oh man, my sticker is already coming off. That's not cool. My warning sticker. All right, put that right there. And this should be all the contents from the box. As you can see, I'm recording in the garage and it's kind of cloudy. The sun is coming out, so I apologize if it gets too dark or if it gets too bright on here. I'm gonna try to pay attention to the light and adjust the camera as I go. So, all right, let's put this box out the way. We don't need this no more. Crack this box open. See what's in this box. All right, so these are all the accessories that come with it. Some reflector tape. It's pretty cool. Some extra straps to strap the bikes down for extra security. It has everything you need. There's some more little strap-like looking things. The security pins. So we have all this stuff. Let's put all this stuff right here. Hopefully the stuff is in the camera. Let's put this stuff over here then. All right, all the security pins. Line these up right here. Reflector straps. The bolts that we're gonna need. A little hitch thingy, I don't know what that is. And it comes with a lock, man. It comes with a hitch lock. So I already have a hitch lock for my truck, but hopefully I can find that key. But if not, it came with a hitch lock as well. That's pretty cool, and it looks pretty durable. Looks pretty solid. So that's pretty cool. Comes with a hitch lock. And not all systems that you see online comes with hitch lock, so that's what I like about this. The pin, security pin. And these little pads right here, these are the pads that you put over the bike frame. So when you strap it down and you hook it down, it's not gonna scratch the frame. So it came with pads. This is one of the few systems that when I did my research came with pads to actually protect the paint of the bike. All right, so we don't need that box anymore. Throw this off to the side. Let's see what's in this second little box. All right, these are some more security, some more hitches and washers and nuts. I'm pretty sure to secure this stuff, but we keep this in this box right here. Just put that over there. All right, man. Let's see if we can start with this assembly. First things first, tools required. For the tools required for this, you're gonna need a wrench or a socket in 17 millimeter, 19 millimeter, and 25 millimeter. So let's go ahead and find those sockets and let's get the wrench in. All right, so I like that it tells you what size ratchets you need. I don't have a 24 millimeter ratchet, but I do have a wrench, so we'll just have to wrench this one. So, and the pictures are pretty clear. The instructions are pretty clear. It tells you everything, all the parts that came with it, all the parts you're gonna need. So step one, we're gonna install these two pieces into this part right here. So let's go ahead and clear this out, make some room. So we're gonna install this into this, like so. Line these up. All right, which tools do we need? So we're gonna need 13, these two right here. It's gonna be 4 of these. And 4 of these. So let's go ahead and start installing. Alright, start ratcheting these mugs down. This is probably the 17. Sure is. Alright, so step one is complete. Step two, place the main vertical part, pole number 3. This will be the vertical. There's 2 things in the bottom. Put that in the middle. So what I understand, I'm gonna take this. Oh, so I think I gotta put this through here so I don't lose it. Alright, here you go. Put this through here. And then just, and this part comes like so. And I don't know how tight I'm supposed to put this because I'm pretty sure this bracket has to move. Pretty sure this has to move freely. I'm gonna tighten it down just a little bit more. That should be good. I'm not gonna tighten that too tight because I don't know how tight that needs to be tightened down. All right, so next we're gonna take this part and install it on this part right here. All right, let's see. So we're gonna need these. So we're gonna need the ones from this bag. Slice this open. All right, so there's a U-bolt, a couple washers, a couple nuts. All right, let's see how this goes. All right, so put this in here. We're not ready for this one yet, so we're gonna use this one, and this one. And this one, it doesn't really tell you, but this is the big hole right here. It doesn't fit into the little ones, so it has to be that one. And I'm gonna raise this up. Try to find this hole in here. Find that side. This is always the hardest part, trying to line up these holes. All right, got that right there. Bolt this one down. This is a 17 millimeter. I don't want to put this too tight because I don't know how tight this needs to be ratcheted down. So I'm assuming if we put this like so. And this will come something like that. Okay, let's leave this on here for now. All right, let's go on to the next step. I think I figured this out. I think it's supposed to be like this and like so. All right, making progress. All right, so it should be like so. This one goes on like so. All right, cool. Put this down right here, and right here is where you're supposed to like measure the wheels for the bikes. But since I got the bikes right here, I'm just gonna go ahead and put the bikes kind of on it so I can see the distance that it needs to get. Since hers is lighter, hers will be going in the back rack. So this one can come up. So this one can come up just a little bit further for hers. So you know what, I'm gonna put hers first. Yeah, put this first. Where? I see. Bike. So I need hers to move. So since hers is smaller, wait, take out this one first. So try hers again. Yeah, so hers needs to come in. That's perfect right there. That should be perfect right there. All right. So that's the perfect size for my wife's bike. Let's go ahead and tighten that up. All right, so go ahead and tighten this spot. And that's pretty cool because you can adjust these for different size bikes. So I already fitted that back one for my wife. Put that right there. Slide this over here. Tighten this side up. We can go ahead and tighten this one down. It's a pretty cool and easy system, honestly. Secured. All right, then we'll go ahead and measure it for my bike. This heavy son of a gun. All right, so just like so. It's actually a perfect fit right there. So that's pretty cool where it's at. Perfect fit. All right. So that's set up. Let's see what else we got to do. So next we got to put the secure J hooks on. So like so. Put them on like that, or yeah. That maybe for this bike. Security hook for my bike. All right. These are security hooks. All right. Let's see what's next. Next up, we're gonna actually install this into the back of the truck. So. All right, we're gonna go ahead and move camera angles, and we're gonna go ahead and try to install this into the truck. Let's get it popping. All right, y'all, so we're at the back of the truck. So right now we're just gonna, I already took out this. It's my old tow hitch, man. My tow hitch is rusty. A rusty girl. Take out my old tow hitch. Put this off to the side over here. So next, we gotta install this in here. and then put it like so. And then now I gotta just install a little anti-wobble thingy. So let me go ahead and read the instructions real quick to make sure I do this right. So this little anti-wobble block is supposed to go into the tube right here. And you see there's a little lip right here, so it connects so it doesn't go all the way in. So you slide that in there, and then you put this, insert this inside the. All right, so we're not gonna use the bolt. So this part, we're gonna actually use the lock, the hitch. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and use the hitch lock that came with theirs. Let me see if my old hitch lock works. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll fit, but you know, I don't want to fight with it right now, so I'm not gonna sit here and fight with that. I'm just gonna use the lock that came with it, and it comes with 3 sets of keys, in case you guys are wondering. All right, let's see if we can put this in. All right. All right, and that's secured on there. All right, go to the next step. Oh, I think it's a security plate, or so I'm gonna assume that this J-hook is to secure the rack onto the hitch with bolts, but yeah, it literally doesn't tell me what this is for. I read the instructions. This is number 15. The instructions doesn't tell you anything on what to do with number 15, so that's kind of weird, but we're gonna figure this out. The instructions didn't tell me how to put this U-bolt on to secure it, but I'm assuming it goes from the top down like so. But I don't know if I want. I don't know if I want the bolts on the bottom, because I feel like if the bolts are on the bottom, if it gets untightening, if it gets loosened, you're not gonna really know until it falls off. So I figure if I'm gonna put it upside down and put the bolts on the top, so that way I can see the bolts to see if they're physically getting loose, and it'll be easier for me to tighten them down. So then I'm gonna put the washers on top. Sorry y'all, I know you guys can't see this, but let me show you. I'm gonna bring the camera around so you guys can see what I'm talking about, what I'm doing. All right y'all, so what I basically did is I took this bracket and I flipped it around. The U-bolt is normally supposed to be on top, but I feel like if you put the bolt on top and the bottom and the screws on the bottom, I feel like they can loosen up, and you're not gonna be able to tell that they're loose until you move this plate and you see it's wobbly. So I just flipped it, and I'm gonna just secure it this way, so that way I can physically see if these bolts ever get loose and needs to get tightened, and it'll be easier for me to tighten them down from the top down. All right, let's go ahead and wrench this down. Man, wish I had an extended socket for this, but I don't have an extended socket big enough for this right now. So we just gotta wrench him on down. All this is just extra security to keep the hitch from moving. Once I lock this on there, it's gonna be locked down, and this is not gonna wobble at all. It's weird that the instructions didn't tell you how to use this, man. That's crazy. I just kind of had to figure it out. A little bit of common sense. A little bit of common sense. All right, that's pretty locked down, man. Yeah, that's how it works. Take this pin out. Flip this up. This slides down like so. Looking at it right now, it's about the same height, because you know my truck, like I said, my truck is lifted, so it's about the same height. Putting these bikes in here, so yeah. All right, let's go ahead and. So it says to put the heaviest bike in the back, so I'm gonna have to swap these out. Alrighty, y'all. So I went ahead and install my bike because I wanted to adjust some stuff. I didn't want to take up too much of you guys' time on the camera, but just putting the bikes up and just getting them adjusted. Here, this one, come here, there you go. Oh. Just like so. This is important. Should we put them the opposite way so the handlebars don't mess with each other? Let's turn her bike around. See? All right, you can just tighten her bike down. And there it goes, man. Secure, and it has extra straps and stuff. There's a finished product, man. Installation took, like, honestly, without me stopping and taking breaks, installation took no more than 15 minutes. Installing it into the truck, if you factor installing it into the truck and putting the bikes up, it took about 20 minutes total. So that's pretty cool. That's a rack. I'm tired. Lifting these bikes up is no jokes, but at least now it's easier for me to load it up. It's still almost the height of the truck, lifting it up, but I don't have to lift it up and then hold it and then jump up in the truck and then try to put it. So this is way faster, way more easier for me to transport the bike. So I'm gonna finish trying to attach these straps and see how everything works with the straps and everything. I'll probably show you guys a final video with everything strapped up and secured. All right, y'all, so I did find the instructions for the U-bolt. It was in the little box that the U-bolt came in. I just didn't see it, but it did come with instructions in the U-bolt security latch to tighten on the hitch onto the trailer hitch on the vehicle. It did come with little tire straps to strap the tires down. Hold on real quick. Thanks, neighbor. So it did come with 4 tire straps to strap the tires down into the rack. As you can see right here, tires are strapped down, and it comes with an extra bike strap to strap the bike down onto the bike hitch. So this is it right here. It's completed. It's pretty dope. I like it so far. Right now I'm gonna do another video showing you how I wash my bike because my bike is dirty as hell. I might wait until after lunch because we got some appointments right now, but yeah, this is it right here. This is it secured, and I'm gonna go ahead and take this down and fold it up and show you guys how it's folded up for when you're traveling without the bikes. This bike is super dirty from the last time I took it to the trails. So we're just gonna go ahead and remove the straps. I need to find a little case for these straps. And there is little security hooks for the straps, so you can tighten the straps down to the rack. So that's pretty cool. Just go ahead and roll this up. All right, we're back. Roll that up, put that there. Remove the bike straps. And there is little latches and hooks for the tire straps too. Tire strap, pull that out. Pull these off to the side. So I'm still working on how I'm supposed to raise this up and take the bike off of this. Still a work in progress, so bear with me. So I'm gonna come up, put this down a little bit. I gotta lift so I figured out I gotta lift my bike up in order to get this out from here. So then I'm just gonna take this off of here, put it right here if I need to, in the second rack, and then down to the ground. And it's a lot less easier for me to load this in and up, instead of having to pick this thing up and lift it up into the truck like I've been doing. And now we're gonna go ahead and secure this down. I'm gonna move this thing back. That's so. Now I'll move this pin right here. All right, and that's the security pin right there. Okay, so I still don't know what these are for. The instructions never showed me what these little U pins are for. I'm trying to figure that out. As soon as I figure that out, I'll let you guys know. There's the installation of the Paul-In bike rack. I think it's pretty dope. It looks pretty cool. I think it makes my truck look more like a transformer now with this on the back. It's nice and secured. This isn't going anywhere. It's pretty solid, man. It looks pretty solid. So I like it so far. Let's give it the weight test. I'm about 165, 170 pounds. So let's go on and give this the weight test and see. And then it's cool because you can hang it down too. So if this is gonna help you load the bikes easier, then you can tilt it like that. But I'm gonna just go ahead and just gotta find the other side. Once you get it through, spin this up there. Security pin. Pretty solid, man. I'll go ahead and sit on here. Like I said, I'm about 165, 170 pounds, and all my weight is on this thing. It's pretty solid. It's not a lot of rattling going on. The anti-wobble, I don't know how much the anti-wobble is anti-wobbling, but it's not too wobbly, man. You gotta like really push it like a lot, but it doesn't wobble, it doesn't move too much. That's just how much it moves right here. Less than an inch of movement or wobble. So like, it's pretty solid. See if I tighten these down a little bit more. See if we can get a little bit more, get it a little bit more tightened down. But it's pretty tight on there, man. Pretty solid. Try to tighten these down just a little bit more. Yeah, man, it's pretty solid, man. Thank you guys for joining me with this unboxing, setup, and install of the pull-in bike rack, man. Pretty dope, pretty nice. I'll give you guys a follow-up review once I actually put the bikes on there, go to a trail, load, unload, bring it back to the house, and I'll let you guys know if I had any issues with this. But so far, pretty dope, pretty happy, and it was under $200 on Amazon. That's pretty cool, pretty dope. And with all the accessories that comes with it, you can't beat it, man. I think that's a good deal for under $200 with all the accessories. You get 4 tire straps, you get 1 bike strap. There's a security locking cable too, so if you park somewhere, it comes with a lock. So you can lock this onto the tow hitch or lock it up to your truck or your vehicle, so it's extra security. So it comes with a security wire, man, so that's pretty dope. See you guys in the next episode. We'll see you guys on the trails. Thank you guys for joining us on Slo-Rip MTB. Thank you guys. Peace.